Hey, beautiful people! It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from Life is Rocqi. Welcome to another episode in my Becoming a Feminine Woman series. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. These conversations need to be had. Now, this isn't for the single and happy. I mean, you're committing to being single for the rest of their life and still having a life full of happiness and fulfillment. Not for you! This is for the strong, independent, and lonely Black women, as well as the Black women who are married and haven't understood this yet. All right, today's topic is, why do women think they are the prize? Like, this entitlement is very interesting, because if every woman is thinking they are the prize, then how is everybody's not the exception to the rule. Some of y'all are the rule. Okay? And I would also like to gauge on what you think the prize is. You think men care about your degrees and money that doesn't benefit them? You think they care about your businesses and the money that doesn't benefit them? And this is for the women who still want the high value man. Now, if you're doing 50-50, all right. But that's your shit. Your education and career is yours. That has nothing to do with the relationship. So why are you the prize? Because you getting your bag? Maybe the prize in life, but as far as a relationship, what is that doing? How does your degrees help your relationship? How does your career help your relationship? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. Because what I would think, when you say you're the prize, it means that the best version of yourself is becoming the best partner for whoever is looking. So that means knowing what qualities they're looking for. Do you know what men want in a woman? I was raised with and check out, I think it's on Rocky's reactions on the It's So Real podcast. I do have the videos on Life is Rocqi in a playlist, so check that out. I will put the link in the description box below. Please subscribe. But I did a reaction video to, I believe, the Roommates podcast, and they were talking about how women today are not marriage material. Check that out. Because when I was growing up, what I learned about wifey material is to be a good girl. Didn't necessarily know what that meant. To cook, clean, and have sex with a guy. Outside of that, I didn't have any other nuances of what a man wanted. Now, some of the things my man wants is for me to respect his boundaries. And I didn't do that in the beginning of our situationship. That was something that I had to learn, that I had to understand that he needs more space than I do. He doesn't want to be like this. He's an empath. He needs his space. So me, I want to be with my partner all the time, right? So I have my moments where I do want to be alone, but it's a lot more. He has a lot more of that. So I had to learn to respect his boundaries and not take it personal. He was doing that for himself, not as a way to get away from me. He needed to recharge. That was one way I became a better partner. Actively listening. And that was not interrupting him, allowing him the space and silence to initiate conversation and to express himself, check in on him, and before I say whatever I gotta say. I had to, this past year, I learned that. I had to become a better partner for him because he actually told me he felt unheard. So I was like, fuck, I got to change some stuff. I got to make sure that my man feels heard. I don't want him to be in a relationship where he feels unheard. I need to do better. It was a hell of a lot of growth and a hell of a lot of practice because you got to be intentional with that shit. But that's what he deserves. So I'm about that. Sexually, I need to get back in shape. That's one thing will definitely help. Being open to try new things sexually with him. I also think I need to learn some techniques. And I'm like, where would I go to learn that? Like maybe YouTube, but probably OnlyFans. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, to learn some techniques of how I can be a better lover to him. Whether that's through intercourse, oral, what have you. So, I just gave you 3 areas that I wasn't a prize in and I had to grow in and become better so that way my partner is choosing me. So like, again, those are areas in a relationship that makes you a better partner. So again, why do you think you're the prize? Because whatever you're doing individually, and even if you're saying you're working on yourself, what does that mean? Are you learning about emotional regulation and emotional management? Are you learning about effective communication and conflict resolution? Like, are you addressing your expectations that you have for a marriage, for a long-term relationship? And assessing if they're realistic, if you've even spoken them to see if they're mutually agreed upon. Like, this is what I'm talking about, ladies. Make sure that the best version of yourself is to be a better partner. If that's what you want, if you don't want this, it ain't for you. But if you want a man and want to keep a man, even though nothing really can keep a man, but you want to do your damn best to make sure that he's actively, intentionally choosing you, then what you doing? Again, how are you a prize? Just because you look good? Dime a dozen. Just because you got degrees? Dime a dozen. Just because you got money? Dime a dozen. What makes you special, unique? What makes you stand out? You can cook? All right. Because a lot of modern women aren't. And that I can see is definitely generational. Because if your mom wasn't cooking, then you didn't necessarily learn how to cook. But hey, pick up some recipes. It's not that hard. You know, just got to find what you're good at. But yeah. Clean. Oh, you want to hire somebody. So you're doing that with your money, huh? I'm just saying, like, what are you doing to become a prize? Because that's something you really need to assess. Like, why would a man choose you? Like, the question, I think it's complicated, that YouTube channel. Check them out. They have great questions. They were interviewing people about they were interviewing women about what women bring to the table. And women responded with, I am the table. And if you need to ask that, you shouldn't be talking to me. Like, they couldn't even give them any reasons as to what made them special and unique and why a man should choose them, what they bring to a relationship. And again, these are questions you need to self-reflect and ask yourself. Bring your self-awareness just so you know. You don't come into an interview and they say, what are your strengths? And you say, hey, if you can't see my strengths, then you don't deserve me. The fuck? Like, sit with yourself. Ask yourself these questions, because, girl, you're not the prize. I know I am, because I worked to become it in my relationship. It was hella growth, and I'm glad that he was patient with me. But not every man is going to be that patient. So what you doing, though? I'm just saying. Something to think about. All right. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. These are conversations that we need to have. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious. What makes you the prize? In a relationship. What are your strengths in a relationship? And remember to subscribe. Help my channel grow. Check out the rest of my Becoming a Feminine Woman series. It's definitely an interesting journey to be on. But all right. Take care of you. Peace and love.